Okay, welcome. Lesson 3 from Chapter 1. We're going to look at modeling with linear equations. And what modeling means is doing word problems. And from those word problems, creating equations that we can solve. Now, this will be a pretty short video for us all. Word problems are just one of those things that you have to practice over and over and over again. So this is something that I'm going to give a couple examples, a couple explanations, and then I'm going to set you guys free on it. So first one here is you accept a job for which your annual salary will be $27,236. This will include a year-end bonus of $500. If you are paid twice a month, what will your gross pay be for each paycheck? So you have to look at this and kind of pick out some key information. Oops, sorry. Some key information here. The first one is your total salary. Your total salary is going to be the amount you make all year long. And plus the $500 you get later on. You're getting paid twice a month. And we want to know how much is each paycheck going to be. So we want to figure out, we want to figure out an equation. We don't want to just guess and check these things. You're going to waste way too much time. Equations are much faster. So we're basically saying you're getting paid twice a month for an entire year, which means, well, that's 24 paychecks. And paychecks are our variable. That's our variable. So we're going to let it be X or P or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But I like to use the letter X. And those 24 paychecks plus an extra $500 at the end of the year is going to equal $27,236. So we're basically breaking it up like this. Our income, the amount we're going to make, is equal to 24 paychecks plus the bonus that we get at the end of the year. We can write that using the pieces that we know now. Notice a couple things. One, I did not write the dollar sign in any of this equation. It's not something we do. We just use the numbers. I really hope we can all solve this. We can subtract 500 from both sides, divide by 24. That tells us this number. Now, I don't want us to just think about that's just a number, but what does that number represent? It represents $1,114 per paycheck, right? If you're dealing with word problems, do kind of what I just did here. First of all, I labeled a variable. You have to tell me what your variable represents, or I don't know what you're talking about. And then I answered my question in such a way that I know what my answer means. It means $1,114 per paycheck. Okay? I have one more example after this slide, but this slide I'm going to talk about a couple key information pieces. One, on page 99 in our textbook, there's a table describing particular language in which you'll hear in the word problems. Like some, difference, less than, greater than, at least, at most. I forget them all off the top of my head. I don't have my book in front of me here. Couple things here, just like this. Distance. The distance you travel is equal to the rate at which you go times the amount of time spent. So if you traveled at 30 miles an hour for 2 hours, you would travel 60 miles. Usually this is written as D equals RT, distance equals rate times time. The perimeter, we know this already. The perimeter is the sum of all of the sides of a shape. When you are doing these problems, your equations will only have one variable. If you somehow get two variables, you've written the wrong equation. Be very careful with that. It's not going to be solvable, basically. Also in your textbook, on page 103, you have a bunch of common formulas. Those common formulas, some of which should have been memorized by the time you get to this class, but I know not all of them have. So it might be something you would write down on your notes. Okay, we have this other type of problem, a mixture of two different problems kind of thing. You're investing a total of $10,000 at two different interest rates. And during 1 year, the two accounts earned $508.75. How much did you invest in each? Now, our variable in this case is the amount in each account, but we can't have two variables. So if we have account A and account B, if I put X dollars in account A, I would have $10,000 minus that X in account B. Now, simple interest. This equation is basically going to look like this. The interest you earn from 4.5% plus the interest you earn from 5.5% is going to be your total that you earn. So it's going to be 0.045x plus 0.055 times the leftover equals 508. You can solve that equation. You can solve for your x. If you have x in one equation, the other equation is going to have 10,000 minus that x value. Here's your assignment. Hope you learned a little. You got to stress yourself out. Don't stress yourself out with these word problems, but you got to work through them. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow.